So how long should it take for you to see your abs? What's the time frame? I mean, obviously, it's gonna depend on how much you weigh, how's your diet, your exercise, stuff like that. But let's say you weigh between 190 pounds to, let's say, 200 pounds, and you look like how I looked over here, somewhere, somewhere around there. Just let's estimate that. It took me to actually see my abs. It took me about 3 months, but I already had, some muscle under it. So if you're a beginner, it might take you maybe, 4 or 5 months to see your abs, depending on what are you doing. When it comes to getting abs, a lot of people get obsessed. Oh, I want to see them shits already. You're gonna start crying and everything. All I want for my birthday is a big box of abs. And obviously, when it comes to getting abs, diet is key. So just eat things that you could count easily as far as calories go. Start with 2,200 calories, somewhere around their estimate, and just play around with that every week. Don't eat little. Eating little, no, it does not work. So just commit to your diet, your exercise. Burn the calories, keep track of the calories you're eating for that week. This way, you know if it's working or not. If you lose the weight, and then don't look at the scale. Use a measure your waist. Take pictures. This way, when you compare, you don't look at the results and be like, ah, damn it, the scale says I'm still the same weight. Like that. You don't come, towards me and say, fuck you, Alex. I've been dieting for 2 weeks and I don't see no fucking change. I still weigh the same. Abs is not gonna happen overnight. You're not gonna drop that body fat. Even when I bulk, I go 20 pounds over, it still takes me a few months to slim down, maintain all my muscle and, get my abs. It takes a few months. You have to be patient and you have to be consistent. If you start slacking, you're gonna fuck up all your shit and then you're not gonna see any result. I mean, you're not training to be a Spartan or anything, alright? Sparta will burn. And this guy right here is at 18% body fat. But I'm a potter. While you burning your fat, to try to get your abs, train them as well. Because people will tell you it's only diet, but if you lose your fat, you're not gonna really see them as much as the fine if the muscle's not there. So do a couple hanging leg raises, a couple crunches at home if you don't have a gym, stuff like that, and really hit them hard. 3 times a week at least, or twice, real hard, and that's gonna help you a lot more, see them a lot faster. Just the fact that the muscle's gonna be there. So just be careful. Don't eat too low calories, and do not avoid all fats. Fats are good. Eat some yolks, eat some cottage cheese, some fish, flaxseed, stuff like that. Peanut butter, almonds. Do not put your calories too low. If they're too low, your body's not gonna burn fat efficiently. Your metabolism is gonna slow down. Just eat a fair amount around maintenance level and just burn off the rest. Get yourself in a 500 caloric deficit, and that works a lot better than starving yourself. I didn't see my abs till I was a man. By then, summer was already over. Alright, guys, so that's just a few tips. Keep your protein high, at least 150 grams. Your carbs, as long as you can keep them wherever you want, as long as you're not overeating. And don't avoid good fats, healthy fats. Try to keep it 50, 80 grams. That's something that helped me out. Hopefully, it helps you out. Keep training. Weight training is the best way, to lose body fat. Train your abs at least 2 or 3 times a week hard. And just keep your diet the same. Keep the foods easy to count. That's gonna help you out in the long run. You're gonna see results a lot faster. Don't complicate it. You could fit in what you can. Try if it fits your macros. Like that you could have more variety of foods to eat. And like that you don't start yourself. It's your first time getting abs. Like the video, and I will be posting more and more. Actually, I'm gonna post more home workouts as well, because I want to take my body fat a little bit lower. So I'll be posting those videos. So stay tuned for those. Talk to you guys next time. Later.